as fans, say we're fans and look at that and we just write it off completely. Whereas the players and the coaches, they just think we just got to go out and play. They never look at the scoreboard.
I don't think you can. For Korea coming in to the tournament, we said, you know, this is a team that's been spread thinly with the Asian Cup happening at the same time as well. So there's no expectations on them. They can play with that freedom. I don't think they'll look at the scoreboard and get too disheartened at the moment, but they'll know that they're not playing well. That's the biggest thing. You know, sometimes you can look at the scoreboard, be playing well, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect how you played. Now, unfortunately for them, you know, the scoreboard is reflecting how they played because they're down 23 points. And also, you know, Australia have just been very, very good. You can't underestimate that at all.
45-22, the FIBA World Championship for women. That's the score with Australia on top of Korea. The second half getting underway here in Istanbul. We're inside the famous Abdi Apechi, the famous arena here in the city where East meets West. Now, Korea, they need to get something going, and they need to get it going now if they're going to have a glimmer of hope. Kim, her shot no good. Lee follows it up. And you can see that she was rushing her shot, trying to get it over those bigs of Australia. Mitchell starting the second half here for Australia. Bounce pass inside to Hodges. And Hodges scores with the left hand.
Everything is too quick for Korea there. Tolo was down the floor. Korea couldn't get back in time. Had the mismatch and then never recovered before Hodges was laying it up for the pick and roll.
Park makes the pass to Hong. Korea moving it around. Now Choi. And Choi gets swatted by Tolo. Kim will take the three.
Found the room for a couple of threes. Kim finally gets going. She struggled yesterday, struggled so far today as well.
Mitchell gives it up to Hodges now. Now Taylor gets a little bit of space. Is short with the jumper. Lee's pass batted away. They had the ball knocked out of her hand. And that's sort of how it's been for Korea today. Just self-inflicted pain. Taylor over to Mitchell with 7 on the shot clock. And now to Tolo. Tolo turns and Phillips goes up for the rebound. And an unsportsmanlike foul is called on Korea.
They spin to Taylor.
Gets on Hong.
Taylor's going to turn on her Silla to the outside, then she gets pulled down. Taylor, you know, as a guard, so versatile, whether she's a 1, 2, 3, you know, whatever she plays, she's such a tall player. So the versatility means she can handle the ball against pressure, she can play the point guard position, but she can also go in and post up if you try and put someone smaller on her. So, you know, how do you match up with her? You put a small guard, a quick player on her, she'll post them up. Put someone bigger on her to take away the inside, she takes them to the perimeter.
She makes both free throws. And Australia extend their lead to 49-25. And they're going to retain possession because of the unsportsmanlike. Phillips is out on the perimeter, as she should be as the guard, looking to make the pass over to Mitchell. And Tolo, not really seeing Phillips look for her shot at all today, nor Mitchell.
I think that's the way you have to guard Australia. That's what, you know, I wonder sometimes about Korea. Phillips and Mitchell come off the screen, and they help more on those two than they do on Penny Taylor. So, you know, when those two are coming off the screen, you can leave them to be a little bit open, really, because they're not going to look to score as much as someone like Taylor.
They tried to deny Taylor, but she still gets it, puts it up, and Choi ends up with the ball, and Taylor fouls Choi.
First personal foul, video to 5, and James first. Australian BG
scrapping for the ball. She comes in from behind there and then gets on top of Choi. Taylor missed the Olympics because of a knee injury, but she's battled back. So really, when you look at it from that standpoint, for a couple of consecutive tournaments, Australia have been without leading players. With Cambridge out this year, Taylor out of the London Games. So their luck's got to change at some point. Choi puts up the 3. That was a 2.
Speaking of luck, the bank from the corner.
Tolo just kind of powers her way inside over Park.
Very good again, Tolo. Look at that, 5 of 8. Impressive. Down the floor, sealed very well early in transition.
Park pulls up, and that's where she wants to be.
That's exactly right. That's her game. And then around the foul line, mid-range shooting. And again, Tolo's going to go straight back at her.
Yep, Tolo misses the easy one. Choi had to shoot over Tolo, so she thought twice about that. Ended up passing it off. Hong. Kim gives it back over to Kim. Kim makes the 3.
Kim starting to find that range a little bit. She's 3 of 7 now here.
Australia on top by 19. Taylor tries to post up and just hands it off. Hodges.
The versatility of Taylor, putting her in the low block. She showed she could score now. She's been the provider.
And Korea almost turned it over, but Kim gets it back. Park. A little bit of a mismatch. Weak effort from Park in the end. She eluded the Taylor, but then just kind of put up a weak shot.
Just expected some contact, I think, but when Taylor wasn't there, it surprised her. That's what caused her to miss.
She's now got 3 fouls. Well, timeout on the floor, and Australia is still in the ascendancy. Points at the paint, 11 of 21 for Australia. Korea just 4 of 17. And you can see when Korea get it inside, they are thinking twice before they go up with the ball.
They don't have a dominant post scorer. Talks about Park, her, it's not quite there for her yet. The positives for Korea is they've started to make a couple of threes now. Kim especially 3 of 7 in this game. After going just 1 of 12 yesterday, she's made 2 in this third period as they're 2 of 3 as a team. And that sparks them to life. They got it down to 19 on the back of a 3. So
that's it right there.
Yep.
Kim. Nigeria's come in for Australia. And you can see that Australia, from a size standpoint, they have plenty of size. And the referee stops play for a second to ask if something was working over the commissioner's table. So they're going to restart it here with 18 seconds on the shot clock. Now Taylor gets it inside, and Big Tolo goes up and powers her way up off the glass.
Tolo is having a tremendous game. It's the 4th foul on Park. 6 of 10 from the field, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks as well. Good production from her. She's starting to establish herself. We know she has the quality, Tolo. She's a good player. She's done well in the EuroLeague for Borges last couple of years. 12 points, 5 rebounds at that level. So now she's starting to get involved with this Australian team, take the lead on the inside.
Well, some full court pressure from the Australians. Shin gets it inside. Choi brings it right back over to Shin. Now Mitchell. Taylor, size advantage, puts it up over the rim. And Taylor reaches up and knocks that ball into the hands of Tolo, so she forces the turnover. Now a foul called against Korea. We've actually got some adopted Australian fans behind us. I think they're Turkish, but they're holding up the Australian flag and chanting Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. There's Mitchell, the replay on the foul.
They was just waiting to see what the score was before they chose which flag to pull out, I think. But definitely on the Australian side at the moment. Joined us late. Taylor, though, it's always under control. Even in the post, she was frustrated. She got a good look. She missed it. Then works hard to get the steal. And then just immediately gets it. Just nothing bothered her. Even though they had numbers in transition, just the poise, the calm that she brings to the floor, allows everybody else to feed off her, really.
Kim gets it over to Kim. Now, Korea trying to get something going offensively. And Hong Aaron is fouled.
Number 14 on the play, Mariana Tolo.
So Tolo commits the foul. Taylor's going to come out of the game and be replaced by Rebecca Allen. Which of the Australian bigs do you like the best? Or do you think they're all pretty equal?
Well, on today's showing, Mariana Tolo has proved she's kind of the front runner. And Francis has come on for limited minutes and played well.
I'm surprised Francis hasn't played more.
I agree.
When she was in, she was getting the job done.
4 points, 2 rebounds in just 5 minutes for Francis. She really did provide a spark, scored on the inside, defensively stayed good as well. But Tolo is, she's a role player, a very good one, but defensively very organised, very disciplined. And now, the only question is those opportunities, the first shot opportunities. She's got to make those because against better teams, she's not going to get the second and third.
Nice penetration from Kim for Korea. Tolo's dump inside to Hodges, but that's before the shot, and Choi does pick up her 4th foul now.
Number 11 over the Choi.
Again, the Australian bigs down the floor early. They get position, they hold. Very good passes. Can't be underestimated. Both the guards and the bigs are looking to the inside.
Hodges was in that Olympic team in London a couple of years ago. Didn't play that much. She's got also a chance to play more this summer.
Well, Hodges is a player. She's played before for Australia, like you said. She's played in 3 Olympics, 2 Oceania Championships, 1 World Championship before now, but never averaged more than 7 points a game.
Now Lee tries to escape the attentions of Hodges. Hong over there on the baseline. And Tolo comes away with another rebound. She's got 5 rebounds. Jerry over from the left. And Kim passes outside to Hong. And Lee is a little bit of a collision there with Jerry. Lee's okay.
Number 10 on the line, Rachel Terry. Third personal penalty, change of clock, and team scored.
3 fouls on Jerry.
Enter the game for Australia with striker
Right there, and the substitution we talked about.
Taylor Francis.
Yeah, it just happened. Francis in for Tolo.
Australia has a penalty situation. Australia kopiluyor tepeden yaparak dolmuştur. At the line for two, CKD.
But you're up 59-34 for Australia with just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cruising, and unless something incredible happens, and don't forget, Korea did come back from 21 points yesterday against Belarus and got to get 3 points. But you don't feel like that's possible today because Australia has just been so convincing.
Yeah, well, it's a different game today. You can't see, those little areas where yesterday Korea, you gave them a glimmer of hope. Belarus were in foul trouble. They played within themselves. Australia, everything's working for them right now.
Francis passes out to Snell. Australia really moving that ball around, and they get it to Hodges.
Beautiful ball movement against the zone. One way, then the other. To the inside. Great play from Australia. Great team offense.
Choi with the 4 fouls. Back outside to Kim. Australia not giving anything away. Choi for 3. And Rebecca Allen chases that ball down. Snell. Maybe it's a chance for Allen to launch one. Puts it on the floor, but has the ball knocked away by Hong. Now quickly, Korea. Choi for 3. And that one won't go down either. Korea just 5 of 17 from 3-point range. Kayla Francis. Kim. And now lead with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And Korea not really having made any progress here at all in the second half against Australia. A dominant Australia. And an Australia that perhaps because of Cambage's injury flying under the radar just a little bit. But, back-to-back games where they could end up scoring around 80, 90 points against Cuba and Korea should raise some eyebrows.
I think they've proved themselves to be in that top tier of teams. That's for sure. If you say, on our side of the bracket, the US, Australia are definitely up there with them. On the other side, you have Turkey, Spain, France. And I think they're up there and in chance for the medal for sure.
Well, I think their next opponent, Belarus, will be perhaps a better indication of how they fare against them, of how far they can go in this tournament. Korea are going to have to end up coming out fighting for their lives when they come out against Cuba. Rebecca Allen. And right now, though, looks good for Australia. Snell, she gets her feet set. It's almost 100% going in, isn't it? So when she tries to create sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she is a superb set shooter. 6 of 8 she is now on the tournament. Incredible, 75%.
I remember she hit a shot from 3/4 of the length of the court at the Olympics. It was against Brazil. She just knows how to put the ball in the hoop. Now that's Lee, and that clangs off the rim. Tessa Levy. Reaching the foul by Korea.
Number 6,
That's her second foul.
Second personal foul. We change a foul.
Right now, Australia have 3 players in double figures. Snell with 11, Hodges with 14, Taylor with 11. So this is almost a career international game for Hodges, the way she's come out today. Snell goes for 13 points. through the final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Lee. Allen's up top now. Kayla Francis guarding Lee. And Lee travels and drags her foot after she picked up her dribble.
It's a shame because she penetrated with 4 Australian defenders. They all surrounded her. And she recognized, knew where the kick out should have been going, but just, as you said, dragged that foot before she could make the pass.
So the final 6 seconds of the third quarter. Tessa Levy puts up a 3 and stays out. So Burton helps Choi, and Korea and Australia head to the bench for the team talk here for the fourth quarter. Australia in complete command at 66-37.
B1 Denso. Alkışlarınızla B1 Denso.
Well, here inside the Abu Pechi, it's Australia all over Korea. And take over, Lloyd. And it's been pretty much domination, hasn't it?
I think we've said a bit of everything, Jeff, to be honest. The Australian team, so prepared. And that's check number 1 on their list. The scout report was good. Check number 2, the execution defensively has been very good. Check number 3, offensively, they've got the ball where they want it. You know, they've made shots. And then, of course, check number 4, you have that bit of brilliance, that individual that when things go wrong, when the other team is prepared for what you're trying to do, when they can take you out of your action, you have someone who can just say, well, give me the ball, I'll do it for us, and go one-on-one, get the score, and they've absolutely got that in Penny Taylor.
Really, if you're Korea and you talk about, you're going to want to forget this game, aren't you? I mean, there's nothing positive. Why waste any time going over what's gone wrong against Australia? They're going to face a different team the next day. It'll be Cuba. And the way Korea has played in this tournament, gosh, kind of up and down, so maybe they'll have an up.
Well, we said before, the way this tournament is organized, for Korea, this is a game they can't really lose. Because even if the scoreboard is against them in this one, really, the game that matters is the game they play against Cuba tomorrow. Not tomorrow, the day after. They get the victory there, they're into third place, they'll have a playoff game. If they get a win today, it's still really, they'll still probably have to beat Cuba anyway to qualify.
FIBA World Championship for women here, fourth quarter action with Australia and Korea, and Belinda Snell. Well, she had her feet set and missed, so I guess she's not a 100% shooter from there. She's usually pretty good, though. And she scored a lot of points today. Snell with 13. One more basket, and she'll be the leading scorer. Park gets in the lane, puts it up hard, and Burton down with the rebound. Now Levy. Levy picked up her dribble. Passes to Allen. Snell chases it. Now, a little bit of an opportunity for Korea, and Kang was not expecting that pass from Shin. That's a tough play to make.
Yeah, Shin got cut off, and then should have probably just backed it out, accepted the opportunity had gone, and tried to shovel the tough pass that came off the shoulder.
Well, Natalie Burton. She hits a jump shot.
There's the versatility of the bigs from Australia now. Burton can play in and out. We already know that Francis can hit from the outside as well.
And the stumble, and Tess Levy just takes it away. Now, is she going to go all the way? Yes, she is. Just a needless turnover from Korea. It's been a day of nightmares, really. Kang. Park. And Park has it taken away from Snell. By Snell. Rebecca Allen hands it off to Tessa Levy. Kayla Francis has shown the jump shooting ability that she's got, but they dump it inside. But Natalie Burton
Beautiful pass from Belinda Snell. Look at that. The lob pass over the top of Park. Burton did a good job sealing off as well. Again, credit to Australia.
Well, Australia leading at 72-37. Korea called the timeout.
야, 수비 12이야. 어? 12. 아니, 저런 거안 해도 될 거다. 치고 나오면 되지. 거기 앞에 건너가는 사람한테 어떻게 패스가 되니? 야, 저런
Australia right now, Lloyd, are looking at this like, we're going to make the most of this 8 minutes and try to run some sets.
It's free practice for Australia right now. They've got a commanding lead. They can run through everything. It's that battle again. How much do you show other teams that may be here in attendance? How much do you hold back? How much do you try to get a bit of time to practice?
Well, Kim Young-ju is leading this Korean team with 11 points, 8 points for Lee Seung-ah. Australia have got 4 players in double digits with Tolo, Snell with 13 apiece, Taylor with 11, and Hodges has a game-high 14 points. Tessa Levy goes right down the lane, misses, but Burton, who is coming to life now offensively, follows and shows why you trail on the fast break.
Well, Burton was the one they said has been impressive in the build-up games. She's taken a lot of plaudits for her performances there, and she's starting to do the same in the fourth.
Lee hits a three-pointer. Now she's got a team high, or no, she joins Kim with 11 points. Rebecca Allen follows. So ball goes the other way for Korea. Choi shoots it over Natalie Burton. And Francis, well, you can see how tall she is going up to get that rebound.
Look at the Australian players down the floor as Burton throws the pass ahead. Excuse me, Francis throws the pass ahead. 4 Australians already off to the races, getting ahead of the ball, running with Levy.
Kayla Francis is going to hear about that air ball when she goes back to the bench. She was kind of smiling.
It's almost like she's frustrated she didn't get to play a lot after playing quite well. Now she's gone looking for a shot a bit too much. She's forcing the action perhaps too much when she should just be staying within the system, staying within the offense. And so Coach Joyce is going to take her out.
Well, Gabe Richards hasn't scored today, so she might be looking for her shot. Here she is. Rebecca Allen comes up top, gets it to Burton. And Burton, oh, nice length for that rebound. You see her hands go up and follow the miss. Australia go to 76 points. Lee, Kim inside to Choi. And instead of going up, she saw Gabe Richards there, passed it back out. On 3, however, so they end up getting a three-pointer out of it. So nice patience from Korea.
Three-point shooting's been better in the second half for the Koreans. It's like the 4th they've made. But, you know, still defensively, they just haven't been able to slow Australia down at all.
Gabe Richards goes in and powers her way up and earns a trip to the free throw line.
Number 14,
Kim took the punishment, and she also committed the foul.
Entered the game for Australia. Australia's avoiding the number 10 on the Rachel Terry. At the line for 2, Gabriel Richards.
Interesting that Richards, was already not going to be with the team, and then she got the late call to come in for Cambridge. Just wonder how difficult that is to join the team. But I guess you're so excited to be making your debut at a World Championship for women, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime for her, isn't it?
Well, an opportunity. Richards is a player 29 years of age, has never played in a major competition for Australia. So she comes in, great opportunity for her, great experience, as you said. She had a good WNBL career, 14 points a game last year.
Jerry takes it all the way, and she tends to struggle finishing her layups. In some respects, she's a better jump shooter. Here she is inside, and she's fouled from behind.
Well, it's a tough skill. It looks easy because you're close to the basket. When you're going full speed, when you've beaten someone off the dribble, they're pursuing you. They might be riding you a little with some contact. To balance yourself, to compose yourself, to get a finish isn't as easy as it sometimes looks. And it is an area for Rachel Jarry that she needs to improve on. They're finishing out the ring. That's for sure.
Allen, nice stroke from Allen. That was a 2.
So every Australian player is a scorer now.
Hong runs off the screen, passes to Choi. And Australia not wanting to give anything away. They've played well for the most part, and they've forced a double triple. And Korea's coach has seen enough. Kim Young-ju has called timeout.
야, 해보지 못하고 턴오버를 몇 개나 하는 거야. 가드들이. 야, 지금 너네 지금 놓고 게임 하잖아. 마지막까지 최선을 다하라고. 무슨 얘기인지 몰라?
Brendan Joyce has taken the mantle and robbed of arguably the most important piece to the puzzle with Cambridge, and also without Lauren Jackson. Yet you go with what you've got. You would have known anyway that he wouldn't come and have Liz Cambridge for 40 minutes a game. He's probably not going to play more than 22, 23 minutes a game. So he's just taking it. And, it doesn't seem like an Australian team that's sitting around feeling sorry for itself, does it?
Well, I think Brendan Joyce has done an A+ so far in this tournament. His team is very prepared. I like the way he's shaped them as well. The offensive sets, really highlight the fact that they've got these pieces which are interchangeable. He can put Taylor down on the low post. He can bring her out to the perimeter. Jarry, he can play the same outside, inside. Here she is going to the inside. Jarry, it makes them really difficult to guard. I think they're when you coming in, they're a big medal chance. I think it's going to take a good team to beat them.
Well, Levy hits the three-pointer.
Look at that, even Levy coming off the bench. 10 minutes, 8 points.
82-43. Well, the coach was singing her praises yesterday. So everybody's important for Australia, as well as Richards, who's getting a lot of minutes, and her first 2 World Championship games. Levy chases down the long rebound. She tries to get it over to Rebecca Allen in the corner, and Allen's like, "Are you going to say that went off of me, or are you going to?" They're all laughing. And don't read lips. So Korea trying to salvage something from what's been a real horror show from their standpoint with 3.5 minutes to go. Just trying to perhaps get some positive vibes back to take into their game against Cuba, which will be in a couple of days. Lee for 3. Now Levy crosses midcourt. And instead of shooting the layup, hands it off to Burton. And Burton goes up and banks it in.
Levy, she's a jet, isn't she? Gets the ball, pushes, quick in transition. She's 21 years of age. She's obviously the future. Mitchell and Phillips are ahead of her in the rotation at the moment at the point guard position. Both 29 years of age, so good chance for them to kind of breed her in, get her going in a major championship.
Kim with another three-pointer.
She's had a great game today, Kim. 17 points. It's now her fifth three.
She is the best scorer in the game. She has 17 points.
Does she find some space to put up another jumper? Australia seems to be going for that high percentage shot as much as possible inside. Dumping it into Burton. Well, Jerry now to Richards with 2 on the shot clock, 1. And Levy has to put up a 3 that's blocked.
Shot clock violation.
Good execution that time.
Enter the game for Korea.
84-46 Australia. With Shin coming back in. And Kang, Lee, and Kim come out. Well,
Kim Ju-young is going to go out. What a game. Just said 17 points. She's the game's highest scorer. 3 rebounds. 5 of 11 from the three-point line. So that's one positive Korea can take, because she was 1 of 12 yesterday for 3. So she started to find her range. I've just got to add to her.
Hong has her shot blocked. Now Levy. Levy seems to be getting into the flow today. Allen. Short little jumper. Gabe Richards for the follow. Kind of rushed it up a couple of times, gets it back. I've decided she just wants to pad her rebounding totals. Kang with 1.5 minutes. Korea. Will they get to the half-century mark? They've got 46 points. Choi. Choi, nothing but twine. They have hit a lot of three-pointers here in the second half, but unfortunately it was in the first half when they dug themselves that huge hole when they could have really used them. Natalie Burton goes up, misses, and quickly Korea. Shin. Kang over to Hong. Hong for the three-pointer. Another one.
This is what we said. They make them in streaks. Unfortunately for Korea, they're making them when the games have already escaped them. Late on. AD's in that third period. What a difference game that might have been.
Dave Richards was battling Kang for position. Jerry puts up the 3. Richards gets another rebound. Levy over to Allen, and Allen hits the three-pointer. She's definitely got that in her arsenal, in her repertoire.
She's a versatile player, another one of those 21-year-olds. She's, the Penny Taylor replacement, really, as Australia gets on.
Although Taylor is irreplaceable, I would say. You never know how good these girls are going to become. Kang gets inside and puts it up off the glass. And we'll see if Australia take this last shot. 87-54, Levy gets it off to Gabe Richards, and she doesn't get it off in time. So Richards finishes with a 2 below 1 point, but it's insignificant. Australia rolling to a convincing win over Korea, 87-54. Well, folks, you're looking at the Australian Opals. They've just collected their second win here at the FIBA World Championship for women against Korea, 87-54. And perhaps building some momentum. You don't have to bring your A game right at the start of the tournament, but, I think from their standpoint, they're looking to get better and better, and they certainly played with some fire and discipline and organization today. The statistics, you see the great shooting inside the arc for Australia, and They had gave Korea a tough night at the office from their offensive standpoint. So good defense from Australia, taking away, as you said, Lloyd, what Korea want to do. Really putting pressure out on the perimeter. And
it was a very impressive Australian performance. For me, they did everything they needed to. They got an easy victory in the end. You know, Korea were no match, but this was an Australian team that came in prepared, executed absolutely the way they wanted to, both offensively and defensively. The couple of, the key questions we asked, they're turning the ball over too much yesterday. Today, limited themselves to 10 turnovers, just 3 in the second half, and then also, the offensive rebounds from Korea, they were held to 9, having 6 in the first half, so real adjustments made by Australia, positives for them.
And see the rebounding for this game. Australia, if they win their next game, they'll be assured of a first place finish, and that will give them a ticket to the quarterfinals. So once again, from the Abdi Apeche, Australia winning it 87-54 over Korea, and that, as it is right now, the Group C standings. Thanks for watching, everybody.